Hello guys. So going on with the correction of the workbook. Okay, that would be the content of the lesson today. So we are going to page 33. Okay, exercise 7. Exercise 6 is at the table. Okay, it's this one. So I want you to go back to the lesson and check if you have done it correctly. And let's go. So here we're talking about the future perfect continuous tense. Future perfect continuous normally includes an information. Normally, almost always includes an information of how long the action happens. Okay. So number 1, by the end of the week, I will have been working for 4 months. Number 2, by the end of this month, we will have been living together for 6 years. We should celebrate. Number 3, by the end of the term, she will have been studying for 9 years. Number 4, by midnight, we will have been playing this computer game for 48 hours. Number 5, she will have been talking on the phone for the last couple of hours. Number 6, they will have been looking for me all night long. I should call them. Number 7, he will have been playing soccer for 3 hours. He must be so tired. Number 8, you will have been watching every weekend by the end of this month. Go and do some homework. Number 9, he won't have been sleeping all morning because he will have been worrying about his brother. Number 10, will they have been waiting for 2 hours by now? Remember question, we start with the auxiliary will. 11, Nigel will have been attending our class for 2 years by 2021. 12, my brother will have been reading for 3 hours by noon. 13, Julian will have been doing his homework for 5 hours by the time his mother arrives. Number 14, Isabella won't have been traveling for months by the time she's in Nepal. She only left last week. 15, 2 young athletes will have been working out for hours by the time one of them finally gives up. So this one was just for training, okay? The exercise said we should use only the future perfect tense, future continuous, So exercise 8, we should choose between one of them. Future perfect simple, future perfect continuous. Okay? So, number 1. By the time we get to New York this evening, we will have driven more than 400 miles. We are going to be exhausted. Note that we are using the perfect simple here. Why? Because there is no period of time. I haven't said anything about 4 9 hours, 4 10 hours, for a long time, okay? Number 2, when Charlotte goes on holiday next month, she will have studied Spanish for 3 years. She should be able to communicate well while she's in Argentina. In this case, people, they are both valid, okay? It could be when Charlotte goes on holiday next month, she will have been studying for 3 years, okay? Number 3, I have not traveled much yet. However, I will have visited Melbourne and Sydney by the time I leave Australia. Okay, again, no period of time. By the time you finish studying the dynamic English method, you will have understood all the verb tenses. Also, no period, so will have understood. Number 5, drive faster. If you don't hurry up, she will have had the baby by the time we get to the hospital. Okay, people, have a baby is not a continuous action. That's why we can't use the continuous here. Number 6. I came to England 6 months ago. I started my politics course 3 months ago. When I return to Brazil for my vacation, I will have studied for 8 months. Or I will have been studying for 8 months. In this case, they are both right. Victoria just called and said she would be here at 7 o'clock. By the time she gets here, we will have waited for her for 2 hours. In this case, we can also use the continuous form because we have the information for 2 hours. So, will have been waiting for 2 hours. Number 8. Toby just changed jobs again. If he keeps moving companies, he will have changed jobs at least 4 or 5 times by the end of the year. Here, the only option is the perfect simple, okay, because we don't have a period. Number 9. Come over to my house around 9 o'clock. By then, I will have completed my English homework and we can go see a movie. Same case as the previous question. Number 10. In June, the priest will have been marrying people of 65 years. Okay? So people, exercise 9 is a short essay. I want you to write it, okay, and deliver it here to the school. Or you can scan and send it to my WhatsApp number that now you have. Okay? So, next, exercise 10. We have to fill in the gaps with the words given, okay? Matching to the meaning of each word. Okay, I'm gonna give you only the answers, okay? So, number 1, to portray. Number 2, graceful. Number 3, a masterpiece. Number 4, to heal. Number 5, as long as. Number 6, to applaud. Number 7, to top with. Number 8, backstage. Number 9, a wig. Number 10, a sponge. 11, free range. 12, to poach. 13, a tragedy. 14, to establish. And 15, meticulous. That was exercise 10. Okay? People, exercise 11 on page 38 is open. So, I want you to do it, okay? You can scan or take a picture for me and send it to my WhatsApp number, okay? If you prefer, you can take a copy and bring it to the school, whatever you find easier, okay? Exercise 12. We have just to choose the correct word. So I'm going to read the sentences correctly for you. Number 1. She needed to call the customs office to make sure that they would be able to validate her visa before she went abroad. Number 2. Richard, higher, second option, okay? Despite these 2 words, they have the same pronunciation, they have completely different meanings. So it's the second. Richard wanted to hire a new assistant. Number 3. The student wanted to do their test. Again, because they felt disappointed at their result. Number 4. One of Picasso's most famous paintings, Guernica, represents the brutal ideas of war. 5. He thought she was trying to ridicule, first option, him, by telling everyone about how he couldn't finish the race. Number 6. She was such a forgetful person. Forgetful, people, is the adjective. The trainee with double E at the end. Number 8. How long will you have been considering with ing? Number 9. The scientist clearly demonstrated how doctors should use the new medicine with their patients. Number 10. The chief executive will have fired the manager by the end of the day. Okay, people, the next exercise is again another writing task, and it's a letter of application. Okay? I also wanted to write it and bring it to me in a separate sheet, or you can again scan and send it to my WhatsApp number. Okay? So remember, we are not on vacation. Okay? The only thing is that the lesson is not with you here. And if you have any doubts, you can send me to my WhatsApp number. I will help you whenever I can. Okay? Thank you very much. Don't forget, do the exercises, and by tomorrow we will arrange the date for your tests. Okay? Thank you very much. Bye-bye.